Welcome back, my lovelies, to your weekly guidance, and this is for the 6th of April until the 12th of April. So let's just dive straight into it, because you know how it goes now, guys. Right, so we have pile 1 with the sodalite, we have pile 2 with the rose quartz, and we have pile 3 with the tourmaline. So if you want to take some time to settle yourself, take in some deep breaths, connecting with your higher self, settling, relaxing, and then choosing a card that you feel drawn to, or the crystal you feel drawn to. If you feel drawn to more than one, please feel free to watch more than one. I will have the timestamps below for you so you can find your piles easily. Welcome, pile 1, my lovelies. So you have picked the sodalite crystal. Now this crystal is this dark blue sort of colour. It's got a bit of black in there as well, quite a dark colour. I do love a sodalite. This one I find connects really well with the throat chakra, but also the third eye. So if you want to kind of connect the two, so what you are seeing in your mind's eye, what you're feeling intuitionally, and then connecting with what you're speaking and what you're putting out into the world, it is a very good crystal to connect with. I find it quite a good healing one, especially of the throat chakra, to voice your opinions and speak your truth. Okay, so the sodalite, as I said, connects with the third eye, and then you've got the connection card here, guys. So this one is a very spiritual card. It is about connecting with Mother Earth, connecting deep within the roots. It's about being a free spirit, and also connecting ancestral, I feel, as well. There's a deep connection, and I feel this may be something that is happening in the world at the moment, where we are awakening, there is this transformation that's happening, and I feel like there's information that comes from the ancestors that are being brought forwards to this time now, and that's the sort of feeling that I get as I'm looking at this card. I feel very tribal in the way that it comes through. So you may be finding your tribe, you may be finding the people that you connect with more, that are on the same wavelength of you as you, that you don't feel ashamed to be around, you know, like you feel more open to be yourself, your true self, and you don't feel judged for being that person. So you may find that connection with new people. It also a good thing with connection as well is to connect with the ground. So walking barefoot outside, just feet in the water, just connecting with the earth. And you may want to look into some alternative healing if you're having any issues at the moment. Alternative healing would be beneficial for you. And then you've got the mirror card, which when we pair this with the connection card, I feel like this is very much to do with looking at your inner self, who you are deep down, who you are internally. When you look in the mirror, you see the outer reflection, but if you look in your eyes in the mirror, you really delve deeply into your eyes. What do you see internally? What do you see within your eyes? What do you see behind your eyes? What is it that is deep within your soul? What are you connecting with? What is it that comes up the most? And it says who or what is triggering you. So why do you feel a certain way? Why can't you express yourself truly and freely and uniquely? What is it that holds you back? Find what it is that seems to trigger you all the time, and then work on it. Work towards releasing that out of yourself so that you can become your true self, that true you to be released. That is, I feel like it's kind of begging to come out is what I get, a calling. There's something where it's like inside between your heart and your solar plexus is like this pull, there's a drag towards something, and it feels very spiritual in the way that this comes through. And then I've got a the universe has your back card, and yours this week is I honor how I want to feel. So connect with that deep side of you, the part like I'm really drawn to, like the darker here, and it's like this is what you've been living, and now we need to step out into the light, to step out into our truth, to honor who we truly are, to be happy with who we truly are, and to connect with people who are like us and who appreciate us and who will praise us for the person that we are, rather than making us feel like we shouldn't be that person or we should withdraw within ourselves. This is about finding your truth, who you truly are, connecting universally, connecting with the stars, knowing that your dreams can come true, and really delving deep into your soul. This week is a very deep dive into the soul for you guys. So meditation would be a great one to do that, but also just getting outside in the fresh air is another way just to connect, to let go of any tension or thoughts that might be racing around your head. That sort of exercise is a great way to just clear your mind and feel quieter within. So you may want to try that. So that is all I have for you, my lovelies, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Welcome, pile 2. So you have chosen the rose quartz this week. It's a very small one. This is my daughter's rose quartz. And this is very much connected with the heart chakra. And for you guys, I'm feeling very much like there is a need for some love, some compassion, some healing. It feels quite internal, which is pile 1 was quite a very internal sort of pile in the end. And I feel we may be going this way with you guys, but we'll have a look at your cards. So we have protection. So you need to put up some barriers. You need to set some boundaries. You need to protect yourself. Your energy is another one to do as well, to protect your energy. Some of you guys in pile 2 may become a bit, I feel like the mother bear. I feel very much with this protection card that comes up when I was designing it. It's quite that sort of motherly feeling in the way that you are protective of your children. And this comes up and I feel like I'm being a little bit prickly, and sometimes we need to just say no, because it's almost like we are saying yes to things, but then we start getting prickly and we act a bit differently because we don't want to be doing it, and our energy is instantly in a negative way. So we need to make sure we're saying no to things that we don't want to be doing. Be protective. If especially with lockdown and things, with everything going on in this world, if people are trying to come over and you find it hard to say no, then you need to say no because you're protecting your family. There's a protection energy that comes in, so that may relate to some of you, pile 2. And it also says to put yourself first for a change. So pile 2, you are the carers. You are people that are always looking after others, always putting other people first. There's a need to put yourself first. I also get a new energy change as well around you. I get some new beginnings and some creativity as well. So, and I get children again, so, and I see painting, so that there's that sort of connecting with your children and being creative with your children and just letting them express themselves freely and let anything come. It's like messy play as well. It's just, you know, just let it all out and express yourself while doing it with your kids, and it's a great way for you to release any energies that may be stuck within you, but in a really fun way, and then your kids see it as a quality time with them. So it's like what's the phrase, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. It's just like that you can really release this, and I feel as you do that, there is a cleansing and a purifying that happens. And I just feel like uplifted. The energy's changed then. So it's definitely something to look into and delve a little bit deeper into. And then you've got trust the niggle. Trust the niggle. So with this one, it says, what is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So with this, I feel a lot of fear. I feel there's a lot of fear that has been either around you or you are in a midst of depression. There is this fearful side that I get with this, and this is where the rose quartz comes into play, of taking our fear and turning it into a positive, to try and take one step out of our comfort zones and try and release this fear. We need to acknowledge what it is that is triggering us. What is it that is coming up? What is it that is brewing? And what's it trying to tell us? What's your intuition trying to tell you as well, I get here. So you're kind of feeling something and you need to listen to what you're feeling. But you also have to be careful that fear doesn't take over and that sort of self-doubt, because you have a strength within you which comes from the yellow in this protection, a very strong mama bear type of feeling, needs to come into this area of your life. So the way that you are like fierce about your children needs to come into play here in how you feel within yourself, and take on that energy of strength to help you move forwards from what it is that you're feeling within. Because I do feel like energy wise is depleted. It's not how you want to feel, and you can change this, but you kind of need to acknowledge something first to then be able to shift that energy. So you have to acknowledge something that is being, it's almost like there's a constant niggling that comes up for you guys, pile 2. That is always a fear or a doubt or an anxiety, that there's a trigger within it, and once you can acknowledge what that is, you're able to let it go, because you know what it is to be able to let it go or to work through. You know, I get baby steps as well. It's not a quick fix with any of this. It definitely feels like it's one step at a time, but you can change this. And you have new energy coming in, pile 2, around you guys, so you can use that new energy to help get through this phase, to get out through this to the other side. And then your universal card is, I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. I love that. How, oh my god, how amazing is that? Okay, I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. I love it. The cards never lie. They're amazing. So really connect. And again, it's that darker card. So your energy is definitely of the darker sort of feeling. And there is this sort of fierceness and this pinkness, this compassion that you need for yourself, love for yourself, that you tend to give to others. It's time to switch it and give it to yourself. And it is really, I see this trying to push through the darkness. And again, the intuition comes up, needing to listen to what it is that is going on internally to be able to move forwards and out the other side. I really feel this strong push coming from inside to this world. There's a strong push trying to come through like this. Can you see how, like, you've got that pink and you've got the darker sort of, I see that as in front, and this pink is trying to push through all this sort of like stodge. That's the way it feels, like the way that I'm feeling it. It's like getting through mud, but you can do it. So that is all I have for you, my lovely, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Welcome, pile 3. You have picked the tourmaline crystal. Very black, very grounding, protective, helps release any negativities, but most of all, I feel like this is quite a good grounding crystal to help you find your balance again, to find that stability. Let's have a look what card. I love it. I love the cards. So you've got foundations, which is literally the tourmaline. It is about building these foundations, finding that stability. With this card as well, I feel like I need to retreat. So this week, the running theme through all the piles is looking internally, and instead of looking outwardly for answers, to turn within ourselves, also to come it's that meditative sort of side that comes up, and there's a need to kind of go within, which is the running theme of going within this week. For you guys, I get like building roots as well. It's really about rooting down. It is a lot about your stability and balance. So if you haven't been feeling balanced, if you've been feeling like something isn't quite right within you, or that you're too focused on one thing, one area of your life, and not enough on the other side, then it's about bringing that balance back. And I'm being told to read this card to you. So it says, time to take a step back, slow down, and lay solid foundations. Life is not a race, and self-care is needed. Some of you may be moving house and security. When I say moving house, I feel like there may be some of you that are wanting to move house, but at the moment you won't be able to, because I get a hold when I read moving house, I get hold. So if that is something that you've been in the middle of or wanting to do, there's going to be a hold, it feels like, for you guys. But at the moment, you need to build more of this sort of security within yourself, a security in who you are, security with your family, build more sort of like that family foundations, that abundance. And I'm really drawn to slow down. So you may be pile 3, pile that always on the go. So right now there's a need to slow down and to use this time wisely, to really connect with yourself again, to rest, to let yourself heal, because I feel like that it's almost like stress is what I get. There's a lot of stress, whether your work is very stressful, there's a lot of stress that comes around you, pile 3, and right now is a perfect time to regenerate, to allow yourself to heal, and I feel like that's the strongest thing that comes through here, of needing to slow down. And then you've got oh, I never had this card. Akesha, your guidance is divinely guided. So with this, I just feel like there is a need of finding your own path. She is walking her own path, and I feel like by having this rest to go within, you will find a new path or reignite a path. It's almost like we get fresh energy, we have new ideas, we're being innovative, we're really thinking outside the box, and that is what will be created purely by you taking some time out. It's like you've been wanting all these sort of answers and been trying to get all this, but you've been too focused, too stressed about it that it hasn't been able to come through. So by you stepping back, it's like this fresh energy comes in, these new ideas. I feel creative. I feel like all these ideas that you've been wanting to have in for such a long time before suddenly comes flooding through all at once. It feels like somebody here is just going to get bashed with idea after idea after idea, but only when you accept that you need to rest and be patient. And then all of a sudden at one point I feel like it's just going to hit you. Somebody here is just going to be hit like with a ton of bricks of just ideas after ideas. And what is really interesting is the bottom of this card is actually black and white. So that is where you are now. And then you're going to find your place. You're going to come up these steps and then look at the colour that comes through. It's like this new place, this new energy, vibrant, full of energy. Also like an awakening as well for some of you of recognizing who you truly are, which is again another part of the theme that seems to be going on this week, is recognizing who you are and who you want to be, not how you seem to have been molded. I feel for you guys, pile 3, that some of you may have ended up being molded like accidentally, you know, just as life goes on and you ended up in a place that maybe doesn't suit you anymore or wasn't where you really wanted to be. It just happened to be an opportunity that came up that you took and it became normal, became your reality. But now I feel like you've got this perfect opportunity to switch, to change, to bring new energy, to reignite something within you, it feels like. So for you guys, I have picked a universal card for you, and this says, when I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. And this is what it looks like, and I'm so drawn to the eye. It feels piercing to me, and it's almost like seeing through the crap. That is what I get. You're able to see through the crap, to see what doesn't serve you anymore. And then the purple on the bottom to me is like, and also the eye is like this awakening, this third eye opening up, connecting with yourself internally and what you're wanting, soul purpose, your calling, whatever you want to call it. It's like something's going to awaken within you, and it'll be like one of those sort of aha moments, that sort of, oh, why didn't I do that before? Oh, that's where I wanted to go, but I ended up that way. I knew this is the way I should have gone in the first place. It's all these sort of little thoughts that are like clicking into place, I feel like, for you guys, part 3. And internally you're going to find so many answers, or it's just going to come flooding in. You may see things in your mind's eye, especially if you're creative, you tend to see things as pictures. And it just feels like this is just to be open. Just be open to anything that may want to come up at this time, especially this week in particular. And just let it flow. Don't try and it's almost like when it starts happening, you might get a bit heady again, where you're like, oh, I need to remember this, I need to do that, and I need to just let it come and just jot anything down. But when it comes, just let it flow out. Don't try and start thinking about, oh, how is this going to work? How am I going to do this? That doesn't matter right now. It's about getting the ideas out first, and then you could come back to it and prioritize and see what's going to work best, or combining a couple together. So that is what I have for you guys, my lovely, and I hope you have a lovely week.